Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome to the first bonus episode for Let's Play Grounded, in which we are going to be taking our grassy shack here and turning it into a proper home. A mushroom home. So, we're not going to be doing any main progress, which is why this is a bonus episode. So for people who just want to see the adventuring and all that, you can skip this one if building does not interest you. But I know there are a few people who maybe would like me to kind of shoot the shit and build instead of doing that all entirely off camera, so I thought I'd do this episode. It has been probably about 3 months since I recorded episode 17, because I kind of recorded a lot of those in the first 2 weeks this game was out, and haven't really touched it since for videos. I've still been doing some stuff like harvesting resources that we're going to need for this build project and for future stuff, as well as working on my zipline tower, which you can see now leads to a bunch of different places. So, I don't know exactly what we're going to do here. We might need to take down the palisade wall. I might have to move it, or just get rid of it completely, because we haven't really needed it. However, when I was playing this yesterday to get a few more materials, I actually got a mosquito raid on the base, and I guess that means they either fixed it, or we just hadn't gotten any flying enemies to come after us yet. So they were attacking the palisade wall over there. I also got to test out the pebblet turret, which it turns out does pretty significant damage to enemies that are specifically coming from that kind of raid. It does extra damage for defense events, including the mixers, which we still haven't done yet. So I think we might want to keep one of these around. But because they've already started laying down the foundation, we are going to be replacing all of the grass stuff with the mushroom bricks, which are kind of a castle theme. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to build this. I don't know what my layout is going to be, but I know I want to do, I think, 2 floors, which are both going to be 2 segments tall. So, we're going to have a wall that is 4 segments tall overall, and I definitely want it to be wider, because I want to put more, decorative stuff in, including some of the taxidermied insects. So we're going to have to kind of move everything further back, and I'm thinking maybe putting, a patio made out of the stem planks here, kind of like a pseudo-wooden patio, extending out over the edge here, so we can fit some of the bigger decorative bugs. Because they're not really going to fit in the house, like the stink bug is very large. If we look at it here, you can see that it is a massive thing, just like the actual stink bug. So I'm thinking putting a deck back here with some chairs and stuff like that. I also want to integrate the zipline tower into the house itself, so we don't have to go outside to get in here. And you can see I've already kind of aligned the floor, because originally the foundation I put here was quite a bit lower. You can see the walls kind of connect where the foundation used to be. But yeah, I also tested out to see if I could just replace a wall instead of actually breaking it and placing another one. And it seems like, yeah, we can do that. So we can kind of replace all the ones that will be inside the house so they match, and keep the rest, because I'm not going to fucking replace every wall in this. That would take forever. So stuff like this dew collector and the jerky racks are also going to go, I think, on the deck. But yeah, so I guess we'll just start getting in here and building and figuring it out as we go. Also, there have been a number of quality of life updates in the last few months, including the most recent one, which added a very relevant new thing for this video, which is the ability to build structures using your inventory chests, which is something you couldn't do before. You could only craft from nearby chests, but now you can actually just use the materials directly from these when you're building. We are going to grab a bunch of these bricks, though, because I've been just making them constantly. They're not really quick to make, which is why I made so many ahead of time, because, you can only make 25 at a time. So I just made a whole bunch. I'm not sure how many a wall segment actually uses. Only 4. So yeah, we have 440. I think we won't run out of bricks. Okay, where do we want to start? Kind of gotta figure out where I'm gonna put the entrance. Oop, I did not mean to deposit. Kind of wish that button wasn't there. That's my Upgraded sword. I mean, I guess we don't need to do this if we can reach it from over here. But yeah, I don't know if I want to extend this foundation out a little bit further. Because if we do that, we are going to have to get rid of the wall. I think we're just going to get rid of the wall now. Which means we are going to store all of these pallets, or at least as many as I can fit. Because they were a pain in the ass to collect. So I don't want to have to collect them again. And you can see how many it takes. You get about half the materials back when you deconstruct. So you can kind of figure out how long it took me to gather all of the stems for this wall. We might rebuild it once we're done, just kind of further out, because it doesn't really need to be here specifically. It could be like on that rock. I might not worry about moving all these right now, though. That might be like a cleanup thing I do after the video. But I want to get rid of this corner because this is the one that is most in the way. So let's just focus on this. And I built some more jerky racks, specifically just so I could make more berry leather. Wait. Oh no, does it not recognize that there's already berries on there because I saved? No, it won't let me put more. Well, that's weird. Might have to move those or something. Because, yeah, these are all treating it like... Well, I guess they're not done. Never mind. That's not actually leather. Those are just berries. I'm dumb. Okay. Do we want to put the wall so that this is part of the outside wall, or do we want to kind of extend this? I think we will just keep it like this. We'll see how this looks. So we'll do a mushroom wall. There are actually curved walls, and while there is specifically a research item for curved walls, it doesn't affect the mushroom walls. These you just get with the mushrooms. They only affect the stem walls and the grass walls. So I think we're going to do rounded corners, because they look nicer, at least in the front. Maybe I'll keep them a little more squared off in the back. Like, obviously, this one is going to be kind of squared, because I don't want to make a weird semi-rounded corner here. But yeah, I haven't really been playing this for a couple months, aside from just grinding stuff out. So I am looking forward to getting back to doing a proper episode, especially because we are at that kind of transition point where we're almost into stuff that is entirely new to me. So I'm looking forward to getting into that stuff and kind of seeing the rest of the game, but I've been putting it off because, you know, I had to do Scorn and Signalis, which I haven't even started releasing yet, and the Resident Evil 8 DLC, and then there's just been a lot. And now I've been trying to get these out, but since I've almost caught up to episode 17, this is like a day after I released episode 12, I figured I should probably get back to this. I'm going to put one of these here, which means we're going to have to get rid of the gate, and the wall, and the other wall.
Taking a look.
Nope. Okay, that one is definitely wrong. So, if I want to replace these walls, I can just do this. Except, I guess, do I want to do that? I do, yeah, because that way they will still line up the rest of the tower. They are not quite going to line up with the house walls, but I think that'll be fine. It'll look a little weird maybe, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. Also, I don't think these walls look any different from either side, so I don't have to worry about, like, aligning them like I did with the grass. Why is this one? Oh, was it just me? Was I obstructing it with my body? Nope. Some of these walls are going to be windows, but I don't know where. Like this one? Oh. It's weird that the obstruction seems to be based on where you're standing and not actually whether there is an item in the way. Like here, there should be something in the way because of the corner of that bounce web. I'm just going to have to move this for a second. Yep, there we go. Okay. Not sure how far up I want to go. Do we have a half wall? We do have a half wall. Is that going to look weird? I kind of wish I could flip it. You can rotate it, but you can't flip it upside down. Oh, there is also this one. Yeah, that one I think works better for... It's like mantle. The whole house is going to need to be lit up as well. Preferably with something better than torches. Oh, God. These ones I might actually store just so they don't fucking do that the whole time. The other reason to make this a bonus episode is because making this house into a nice house doesn't really have that much of a practical effect for us. I mean, obviously we can lay down more storage, multiple crafting stations of the same kind, but we don't really need it per se. I just kind of wanted to make a nice house and make use of all of the decorative items that are in the game. Plus it gives me something to work on between episodes, which I like to have when I can't exactly record, but I kind of want to play. Nope, don't need to go up there. These pallet placement things are going to need to move as well, because obviously they are on the foundation, and therefore they are where the wall is going to go. Okay, so place all these. I kind of wish there was a way to like replace all connected ones, like auto build them instead of having to do them one by one, but kind of understand why there isn't. I do appreciate that there's a super build, but there is something satisfying about just hitting... God damn it. I'm getting, like, flung into it by this plank. Stop. Come here, plank. I was gonna say, there's something satisfying about placing each segment in. And it's just generally nice for these kind of survival games with base building to let you put some of the materials in instead of needing all of it at once. I mean, here it's not a big deal because we have all this storage, but if we were building something out in the wild, I wouldn't want to have to carry everything with me to build it at once, because I'm usually pretty full on inventory. Especially when we go into the new area and there's going to be a whole bunch of new resources that won't stack with the stuff we're already carrying. This stuff is such a mess. I kind of wish there was a way to just delete these, but I don't think you can trash them even when you have them in your hand, because they don't show up in here anywhere, so you can't like right-click them and say trash stacked. I can grind them up in my grinder, but I'd have to literally carry them into the grinder. So that wouldn't be any faster than doing this. Unless I guess, just drag the grinder out here. That's okay. We don't have too many more to do. And we're probably going to have to replace the next two as well for it to line up with the rest of the house, but let's hold off on that until we actually know where the house is. I don't know why I started with, like, the least important part. It's like completely tertiary area. We can kind of build from here and figure it out. It's going to be a lot of figuring out if you haven't figured that out yet. We're just kind of playing it by ear, because I like to build nice looking stuff in games like this, but I'm not very good at it. As you can see from my, like, Jurassic World Evolution LP. Building is not something I don't have that creative aesthetic talent, but I have a little bit of interest in it, so I try. Sometimes. Alright, well, eat that one. Worry about that later. I have seen that those planks will tank your frame rate if there's enough of them. Like, when I cut down all of this grass at once, my frame rate got very bad, because they are physics objects. Okay, now we put this back. Make sure that it actually lines up. Yep, there we go. Okay, so from here, continue this wall. I don't know what we're going to do for floors. I could do stem floors, but yeah. Can I do foundations as floors? And where are the foundations? Here they are. Unfortunately, there's no mushroom foundation, but I think, you know, pebblet is close enough to the aesthetic. Yeah, I think maybe we can do this. I don't know how it's going to look, but it might be practical. Let's do a little experiment here. See how it looks. That... Okay. It sticks out a little further than it looks, but if I connect it, it should not stick out too far. Okay, now let's get ourselves a corner. We could also do a corner window. That might actually be nicer. Well, maybe not here where there's literally just a weed in the way. Yeah. Yeah, there's not really much of a view out there. Though we could put one up here for light purposes. Maybe that would make more sense? I don't know. But we can also swap it out if we need to, so... ooh, that might be a problem. I don't think there's any curved foundations. Or curved floors at all, so I don't know what I'm going to jam into that gap. Maybe we'll just put a railing on the inside so you can't fall into the corner. Okay, now the real question is, do we want to put the door here, or do I want to move it up one more row? Well, first off, I'm going to move this turret. We don't need to break it. We can kind of shuffle it around as needed. But we can break everything else. This wasn't even really tall enough to shoot at the mosquitoes anyway. I would have had to make a proper, like, guard tower. But I had originally just put that there because I wanted to see how the turret works. And then we did not get a chance to use it for a long time. Yeah, we're going to end up with way too many stemmy things in the way. So, I'm going to start fucking chucking them out here for me to deal with later. That's a future me problem. Alright. Unless I fall into the pit. I haven't really made a staircase solution for this. I wonder if this larva can jump up here, or they can only jump in scripted spots. Yep, they can in fact jump up here. Okay. This might be why they can't get up here, is because they don't know how to go over this ledge. Didn't something follow me up here, though? Didn't the stink bug, like, get up here? Before we had even moved in? Alright, I've decided I'm going to throw these in the pit. Which is going to make them more inconvenient to get out, but then I don't have to look at them. Alright. I think I am gonna move the wall up a little bit. So, grab some more foundations, which are gonna be getting pretty chunky as we get close to the edge. But we can also smooth them off with a ramp once we get to where the wall is gonna actually be. So they look a little less weird. I think it's actually faster to just mash E than it is to hold it down. So you have to, like, stop and look at it, whereas with the other thing, you can just kind of vaguely look in the right direction and mash it, and it'll work. Ooh, this puts us really close to the corner, though. Let's see. If we put a curved wall here, is it going to clip through? No. It's just barely shy of clipping through, which is good. Put that there. I don't know if we're going to actually build the whole house in this video. We might just kind of lay it out. I think it really depends on if I start running out of materials or not. Like, if I actually end up using all these bricks I made. You know, this is actually taller than I thought. I don't know, like, it doesn't feel that tall in here. I mean, I guess it does with the roof, but if you just look at where the walls end, they're not that tall. But we'll find a way to fill in all this space. No, this one is too far away from my pebble and rock chest. I don't really need the sword out. Alright, start building this. Right. Can't get too far away or it's gonna not connect. Maybe we go to sleep. We don't really need to build at night. I mean, it's not that dark, but there's no reason not to, aside from the fact that I don't have a lot of food stocked away. We might have to go out on a snack run. I mean, I was initially planning that we might have to go out and harvest a few resources if we like ran out of clay or whatever, so that is accounted for in this video. Alright. I'm gonna put a bit more bricks on the oven just in case we run out. You know, have those cooking in the background while we're doing this. I mean, it is a lot darker, but I think between our two options, it is better than using the clay. And I think the wood would look a little weird and out of place. God damn it. I keep hitting B. B is what I'm trying to hit, but I keep hitting N, which is the hot deposit, and it deposits it with my sword because I made that second antlion sword. Okay, well, let's get rid of a few more of these. That one falls over because it's unsupported. I might have to clean those up at some point. Do like a little break or something, because they might actually start affecting the frame rate if we get too many of them in there. Alright. I like to do that. I'm kind of like trapping the old house. We are going to take it apart. But most of the stuff in here we're going to keep and just move around into their new locations. Okay, for the front door, we could do just these little... Oh yeah, that's definitely affecting the frame rate. We could do these little mushroom doors, or we can do a like curved double door. In fact, we could kind of make that stick out. You know, like have a little 2-block section here that will just be the entranceway. Let's see how that looks. Alright, I might have to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Generally, when I'm building something like this, I want it to be uneven, so that you have the one center one that you can use for, well, putting like a center doorway. However, for this, that might not be great, because we're using a double door, so I could widen this out a little bit more, but then the wall is going to be actually, that might not be too bad if it's like right here.
I'm not sure if holding my hands to my face makes me see any better than with my glasses.
I really wish that these stem pallets carried a lot more, because I need to build like 5 or 6 just to store all the ones here. But yeah, if we put this here, it's going to be hanging off a little bit. But maybe not too bad. This part is hanging off a lot, but I actually already built a little like stone support pillar, so I might just move that out to the corner. All right, We are kind of using up a lot of our clay, but it only uses 2 per foundation, so not too big of a deal. And there is a pretty heavy supply of clay just down the rocks from here. Is that the wolf spider right here? No.
Bombardier beetle here.
Bombardier beetle here. Alright. So now we have one that is 10 across. So I guess 4 in each direction. 1, 2. I can't exactly tell where these are delineated. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should have... I think this is right. Yes, okay. So the door is going to go right here, which is more or less the middle. I cannot believe how many stems they make you collect for these. And how inconvenient they are now. But, like, if I build another palisade wall, it'll be nice to have all these on hand because it'll go a lot faster. I'm just not sure if I'm going to or not. I guess I might build them on the adjacent rocks rather than on the one where our base is. Because if they have fixed the pathing for raids, then they might actually figure out a way to get up here. I don't think they have. I think I just happened to trigger a flying raid. But it could also be because I was actually at the base for a very long time. I don't know if you have to be, like, around your base stuff in order for it to come under attack. Because I haven't... You'd think we would get, like, attacks on our little lean-tos and stuff that we haven't built here if they can't reach here, but they never do. So I'm assuming you have to be kind of close to your building for it to come under attack. Okay. So like I was saying, we can build a curved doorway that is kind of a 2-parter. I don't know why this one also seems to tank my frame rate when I'm trying to place it. And we mirror it. And voila. This is going to be our entrance. The doors for the mushroom stuff is really short, but you do fit through it, so I guess it's not a big deal. Also, we're going to need a ramp out here. We could do half stairs, but I think those are a little too fancy and they don't quite line up, so we're going to do just another ramp. A ramp leading to another ramp. We are almost out of clay. But the bricks are done, so let's start another batch. But yeah, I'd like to have, like, a room just for crafting stuff, and, like, a room just for the kitchen stuff, and a room with, like, armor dummies. Actually, we might spread out the armor dummies, but I'd like to have one for every armor set in the game. I started crafting the ones that we didn't use, like the spider armor and the bee armor, and I'd like to have them all just kind of lined up somewhere in the house, even if they're not in, like, an armor gallery. Maybe, like, a hallway? Because we've kind of got, like, a hallway thing going on over here, and I think I do want to break it up into rooms rather than just have one big chamber. So maybe we'll have, like, an outer hallway that is just lined with suits of armor, like in a castle. Okay, so this is going to be our doorway. Eventually, I'll actually remember what tab any of this stuff is on. So again, we're going to have the problem where I don't really know what to do about the floor for curved stuff. Kind of want to use this arch somewhere. Alright. Well, let's get this front wall put in. I think maybe I'll put a window... Put a window here. think it looks the same from both sides. Yeah, it looks like it has a sill on both sides, so plop that down. Put another one over here for symmetry's sake. We're also going to make the roof out of feathers, because that is kind of the one that I think best matches the aesthetic here. So that is... I might not have actually bought it yet. We might have to go to research station to buy that. But I think we have enough raw science. Also, I need to drink. I haven't been taking care of my living needs.
Don't even need to boil it.
But I grabbed all this berry leather because there are certain pieces of furniture that require them. Also, I'm going to need more doors. The front door is going to be a big fancy one, but I'm going to have some of those smaller doors for like over here. God damn it. I didn't mean to deposit that. What we're also going to need is food. Like I said. Do I have any on me from last time I played? No. I really should have grabbed an aphid or something. Alright, let's take a quick break. Not really looking like much yet, but you can see the bones. The bones of the Grand Castle, it'll be. I saw one build on the Grounded Reddit that was very impressive and very large, and I cannot imagine how long that would take without cheats. Alright, there should be some aphids over here. Sometimes there are some over by my base, but there are, you can usually hear them. We need to grab enough food for the whole episode. Move along, citizen. I think we've committed enough crimes against the ants to last quite a long time. Though I am going to have to kill more black ants, because I need a bunch of their parts to make the black ant armor. And a lot of bee fuzz for some reason. I guess it's just because it's the equivalent tier of equipment. Though bees are definitely stronger than ants, so I don't know. Come on, food. I need like one more aphid or a weevil. A grub will also do. Or, two. Alright, good enough. Oh. I thought that was a regular regular ant. I was like, why is he attacking me? I guess I am actually pretty close to the anthill. Alright. Back to base. Every time I think I've, like, bypassed the mosquitoes without aggroing them, they aggro immediately. It's like, oh, I guess they're not coming, and then they chase me out of their little zone. This ladybug has been way more chill than those mosquitoes. Like, yeah, it is trying to blow me up right now, but usually it just ignores me. I've definitely jumped on top of it at least once when I was just kind of passing by. Alright, we also don't need these lame little spike strips. I don't think I've ever injured an enemy with them, but I've definitely injured myself with them. we've almost got the front wall done. Man, thinking at it now, like, 2 stories is going to be really tall. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to fill this thing, but I guess we will get plenty more materials in the new areas to give us more stuff to put in here. More trophies and decorative bits. Because if we want to build this fully, it would be up to there. That would be our new height. Well, we will start with the first floor. We're going to actually need a way to get up there, which means we're going to need to build a staircase before we can build all that. Okay. Now, I'm going to move all these pallets over to this rock for now, so they're out of the way, and we will figure out what we're going to do with them later. Thankfully, it does let you move them with all the stuff on them. It doesn't, like, despawn it or cause it all to shoot out. I'm, like, really trying to avoid having to break this house until we absolutely need to, just because I don't want it collapsing. I don't remember what's attached to what, so I'm worried, like, if I break one of these walls, all my chests will break, too. I don't even really need this. It's very cheap to make another one of these. The chair, on the other hand, takes a lot of materials. Okay. Now we've got the layout done here. For this, like, corner. So, do that. It might be worth putting a window there. I'm always very hesitant to put, like, non-symmetrical windows in my buildings. Even though I've seen plenty of houses that have weird non-symmetrical lighting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, well, we've got even here as well, so the doors are definitely not going to be in the center. And also,
Taking a look.
This should not be here. This should be a curved one. I don't know why the curved one can't be on the same page as the regular wall. I mean, I'm glad they have the build menu, because it is a lot faster than having to, like, open this, go to craft, go to building. But I wish you could, like, custom drag it around, you know? Put stuff wherever you want. Also, I wish there was a hotkey for switching tabs instead of having to click through them. Okay, well, obviously we're going to need some windows, but I'm not sure where they're going to go. I just want to build the outside wall now, and then we can figure out what's going to go on the inside. So, I think we'll put the patio door here. I don't want to put it right up against this thing. I like having a little space, but again, we can't put it in a odd spot because we have an even number of tiles. So we're going to put one of these little buggers here. I think we want it to open this way because the patio is going to be more to the left. Man, this might actually be all of our bricks already. I was like starting to get lazy on making them once I had 400. Because I was thinking, oh, there's no way we're going to run through all of them. But here we are. God damn it. I should have actually... I should have actually kept that roasting spit. I forgot you can't cook normal stuff in here. Whatever, let's just make one of these that we have a bunch of material for. We're not going to actually make use of its buff, but that's fine. God, this is like so fucking steep. I might put one more foundation down just to, I don't know, kind of stagger this out a bit, because right now it is just like a big old fucking ramp going into the front door. I did not pick this spot out thinking I was going to build a castle here. I didn't even pick the spot out thinking it was going to be permanent. But there's not really that much of a reason to like move your base into the new area, especially once you spent so much time building this fucking zipline tower. I'm never building one of these again. So, because I had considered at one point that we were just gonna kind of move our base as we moved into new areas, because like we're gonna be spending a lot of time in the upper yard from this point onward. But I'd rather keep everything here, especially with how much stuff we have stored now. I would not want to have to move all that. All right, so this is gonna go out to the patio. I'm gonna need a ramp just to make this pleasant. Actually, I might not need a ramp because I might kind of build the patio from here. But yeah, these doors feel really short and really awkward to jump through.
Nice and clean.
For now, let's move these things around, get a little more light in here. There's not a huge amount of lighting options. Like, we have these, but you can see that they're very, very dark, even though they are kind of like chandeliers. So, might have to get a little creative with our lighting. So we can do slime mold sconces, which also aren't very bright. We can do sap sconces, which are okay, but I mean, they don't look great for this aesthetic. I kind of wish we had something a little more permanent looking. I think this koi scale chair is new. I think this is one of the new decorative items they added, because I only remember the berry chair. And this grandfather clock is new. Dry grass partition. I think these vases are new. And maybe some of the bugs here that you can make into stuffed versions are new. So, like, I don't remember the mosquito or the water boatman. Hangs from the ceiling. But I'd like to have a little bit of everything in here. I don't think we're going to be able to fit every bug, but that's fine. There's some of them I don't think we really need. I don't think we need, like, antlions in our display. Okay, what are we going to do now? You know, curved floors might actually be something we can buy. I'll have to look into that, but again, I'm not worried about, like, 100% completing this thing. I just kind of want to get our layout figure out. I gotta eat. That's why I went in there. I keep forgetting why I'm going into the house.
Salt.
Okay, we're gonna have to start breaking stuff. I'm gonna break the door because I know nothing is really attached to it. I say, and then a bunch of shit falls off. Problem is, a lot of these will say supporting 0, and then you break them and something falls over. So I don't know if that's just broken or not useful. But I've very rarely actually seen something that said supporting anything. I'm hoping when I close the door that stuff isn't rendering. So it'll be less of an issue. Okay. These I don't want to break either, so I'm just going to slap them on the wall for here, for now. We'll have a nice, like, wall of weapons for all the weapons that we have used in the past, or ones that we're not going to ever use, like the spider dagger. So yeah, just kind of shove this all out of the way so that none of it gets broken. I think we're gonna keep.
Sure if holding my hands to my face makes me see
We're gonna
any
keep all the
better than with my
crafting and
glasses.
storage downstairs. I think, and keep a lot of decorative stuff upstairs. Not like all of it. Again, I think I prefer having the armor racks down here, kind of out of the way, but I would rather have all the immediately useful gameplay stuff on the first floor, and then have the fun stuff upstairs where we don't necessarily need to see it all the time. Okay. This is going all right. I don't think anything's going to collapse immediately. Can't even fucking reach the roof. We can probably cave the whole roof in, actually, because obviously nothing is supported by the roof, so we can just go up here. Right now, this is the only way we have to access the roof. Now, I might actually, now I'm thinking of it, I might integrate this tower into the second floor as well. You know, just make an extra door so I don't have to go downstairs to get in here to get up to here. And then now that we're all the way at the top, we just jump off. I like our little, like, compound almost. They did make it so you have to activate it sooner than you used to. Because it used to be like, you had to be in the air for like 1 second and that would be enough to stop all your momentum, but now you have to actually hold it for a couple seconds. Alright, let's not fall off. I don't want to have to do all that again. This is going to collapse all of the lights. And leave a whole pile of junk lying around on the floor. The hell is that? Oh, that's Firefly parts. I was like, what is this giant, like, maggot falling out? But that's from the hanging lights. So none of the other ones seem to be dropping that. Alright. We're definitely going to need more clay if we're going to use this as our actual floor. My concern here is that the wall, well, I guess if we do this, it'll line up, but I think it's gonna be a little weird. Because that means the second floor is gonna be shorter than the first floor. I mean, the first floor is pretty tall, so maybe we don't need another floor that tall, but I'm not sure if the stairs will line up if we're up here. Now, we might be able to add one of the little mini stairs to the top to make up the difference, because they are pretty much the same in looks. But I wanted to make like kind of a central staircase, you know, like a mansion entrance, like the Spencer mansion. All right, these ones I can actually reach from down here. Sure, let me just sleep in the wreckage of my house. I think this is coming along nicely, though, even if it's not the most exciting part of building, but I didn't want to, like, have the whole outside done already before I started, because that is, like, half the process of how to renovate. I kind of wish also that there was, like, a gather all, which would grab everything within your range, because having to, like, pull all this stuff out of the floor is a pain in the ass. Especially these clovers. They're like clipped into the floor enough that I can't actually reach some of them. Maybe I have to be a little further away. Come on. Gotta find the spot. There we go. More trash for the trash pile. I think what I might end up doing to deal with all of these stems is just build a whole bunch of those pallets. Just until I have a use for them, and then break them down later. Once we build a new wall or whatever. I figure we'll need some of these for whatever we're building here. For the non-wall stuff. Okay. I think that's pretty much all of it. So, now we're going to have to kind of figure out how we're going to divide up the rooms. Because I'm thinking now maybe I want to have... The staircase would be like kind of right here. And then have the rest of the area behind it divided up into the rooms with all our storage and everything. Because I don't think we need a massive like entrance hall. I think that's a little ostentatious for a survival castle. And yes, I did just unironically use the term survival castle. You know, when you're alone in the wilderness and you have too much time on your hands, so you build an entire castle out of mushrooms. Pete's in this for the long haul now. I think there's a nicer bed we can make, but I don't think we have the recipe for it yet. And it also uses feathers? Actually, this one might use feathers. I can't remember. I think that's what's poking out of it. So yeah. But I do believe there is still a fancier one. So this is just going to go here so that we can break all this. God, it is so much crap just to take this apart. I mean, I'm glad you get stuff back because, you know, it'd be more annoying to have this stuff all be permanently lost every time you break it down. But I wish there was a more convenient way to manage it. It's like they didn't expect people to make big projects. Fuck. Kind of hoping I could yeet it right over. Whatever. Throw it all down there. I'm still going to be finding, like, random bits and bobs in here for, like, multiple episodes. Grab all this crap. Fuck. I'm also going to have to repair everything every time I slam some planks into it, because that does do damage. As you can see. Okay. So, basically with all of this... Wow, this movie station is almost destroyed. With all the stuff that we have in here already, I'm just going to kind of move it to the outer wall, so it's out of the way. Because I would like to get rid of this whole middle bit before we divide it up. I mean, you can also, like I said with the wall, see how many materials I had to gather to build this house off screen, and why I didn't do it on camera. It can be fun, which is why I'm doing a video like this at all, but a lot of it is tedious. A lot of it is, this, just hauling stuff around and picking stuff up, and we're not even going to see in this episode, or in this bonus video, the part where I had to actually go out and collect all these materials. We're lucky that we're starting with a lot of them already gathered. But there are definitely people out there who really enjoy this, even in, like, survival games, just making something nice out of the available structures. I mean, say what you will about Fallout 4, but there were also people in that very much liked, turning on cheats and spawning as many items as they needed to make exactly the kind of settlements that they wanted, ones that looked nice, that were not necessarily gameplay functional, but were just fun to design. So, even in games where you might not think that it makes a big deal to have building stuff, there is going to be somebody who really digs it. Just like having a photo mode. So apparently I've had a bit of a positive influence on some people, because after seeing me use photo modes and a bunch of stuff, they're like, hey, actually, I kind of do want to use this. I never thought I had any interest in photo modes. So, that makes me happy. Here when I have a influence on getting some people to enjoy things they might not have enjoyed otherwise. But that's also why I do a lot of games that people would not play themselves. I don't know how many people are watching this game that would not actually play it themselves, but are enjoying just me going through it. Alright, I'm gonna dump off some of this crap I'm carrying around. Get this absolute mess down there. It's gonna, like, stack up all the way to the top of the rock if I keep this up. Though we are running out of things to disassemble, so it shouldn't be an issue. At least not before we're done. Alright. These chests are gonna break if I disassemble because they're on shelves. And the shelves are supported by the wall, so I'm gonna move them all over here. I guess when we're building like this too, we could just move the chest of relevant materials, like, close to where we're building, if we're out of range. But I do appreciate that you can move these chests full of items without having to empty them out and relocate them and then fill them again. It made it very convenient when I had to move them here in the first place, and it's going to make it very convenient to move them to the storage room without having to build a whole new set of chests. Alright. I'm going to grind up some of these because I don't want to keep piling them up. Oh. Interesting. It took the ones that were on the ground instead of the ones I'm holding. Well. I wonder if those are close enough. Or if I can just move those over, by the door and then grind all of these up so I have less of them. Because there's no way to destroy these. Or maybe you could literally just hit them with an axe, but realistically there's no way to easily get rid of a lot of these. And I don't think they ever despawn. I think they'll just kind of, like, be saved into memory, and whenever you go into an area where they are, they will spawn back in, which is why you'll see them kind of, like, fall. Okay, we're almost at the point where we can figure out what this is going to look like. And we're, what, like 40 minutes in, probably? This is definitely the type of video where I will lose track of time completely, because I'm not, like, checking the clock. Just kind of doing whatever it takes. Build this castle. Okay, fine, I'll build a damn spit.
I could use something to drink. No water filtration tablets needed.
Put this over here. So again, it doesn't get destroyed by the wall. I mean, none of the important stuff should be attached to the wall, but I don't know. Sometimes it feels like it'll break stuff that's just kind of close to the wall. Okay. The entire previous house is now gone. I wish these were faster. So now we can decide how big we want this middle room to be when you first come in. The game is not happy every time I look down there.
Bad?
But if we can keep grinding these up without actually having to go outside, whenever the grinder is actually done, that should kind of resolve itself as we go. But I think I'm gonna build more
Taking a look.
ovens, more grinders, more spinning wheels. Just so whenever I do need the relevant materials, I don't have to sit here and wait for it to finish to get more. I can just keep dumping everything in there and then coming back to find it all done. Why is it smoother right here than it is in here? I wonder if we can throw some of this way instead. So it doesn't get loaded in at the same time as the other stuff. Oh my god. That's gonna drive me crazy. We gotta fix that as soon as possible. Really? That still hit it? God damn it. Alright. Shove all this shit over here. The order does not matter, as long as it's out of my way. I'm actually surprised how close you can jam some of this stuff together. Okay. Jerky racks can go back there. Alright. Finally. Everything is clear. Well, these chests are actually kind of in the way, but, so I'm thinking... I was gonna do a wall segment here and then a door leading off to the rest of it. But I think I might just do a door and have the hallway, immediately here that goes around the main hall. Not that we necessarily need doors. We could just have door frames. By, I think, using these arches. You know, if we put them like this, kind of like a door frame, right? Weird that it doesn't let me connect those, but it will let me... What do you mean unsupported? You gonna make me build like a little fucking wall section under there? Which I don't even think we have a appropriately small wall section. Alright, well. Fuck that idea, I guess. Gonna be a lot of this, just kind of shoving stuff out of the way. These are in the way of my main hall right now. Okay, so if we wanted to have a staircase, I think we'd start it right here. Do like I mean, we can't exactly make like big curved grand stairs or whatever, but I mean, the problem here is that, you know, again, we can't really do like a center bit. Though, come to think of it, we could just have it like this and have a door straight ahead that leads into the rest of it. So, instead of having that, put it off to the side. So that it is on the block outside of where the door is. Like here. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. It looks a little... I think it's just because we have the roof there, it looks a little odd. But yeah, we do that. And then we do that. You're not gonna... We could do a little bit of this, maybe. Maybe this will count as support. Yep, there we go. Because these have to go up to the second floor. So they're going to have to be kind of tall. Maybe not the same grand staircase I was picturing, but they might have to do. I didn't actually make this as big as I thought I did. And I made it pretty big, so... We're going to have to curb our ambitions a little bit. Put these foolish ambitions to rest. I don't know. Do I want to just have two right in the middle? I kind of like having them like this. I feel like it'll look better once we have a wall behind them. So they're not just like sitting in the middle of the room. But I'm thinking if we're going to do the foundations, we're going to need a little bit of this at the top. Can I support that with this? It's probably gonna look a little fucking weird. Nope, that is not correct. Ugh. I need it to go like right here, right? I think that's still not gonna... Well, we'll figure that out. Build the damn stairs so I can actually get up here. Oh yeah, I gotta build side bits. Alright, so this goes up here. If we have this... The problem is, you can't do like a half foundation. So... If I put one here, it's not going to line up, but if I don't put one there, there's going to be a weird gap right here. No. Might be able to use ramps or something. I don't know, kind of like... We're going to have to do something weird to make this look right, but we definitely need the extra bit because you can see that it doesn't quite line up. I mean, the alternative is that I go back to using stem floors for our second floor, but they're so thin. So you know, if I want to maintain the aesthetic, I could actually put these down and then put those under them, though that will lower... I will lower the floor quite a bit if I do that. I don't think we have a better option, though. We certainly have enough stems that we could probably make a floor after taking apart the wall. Let's see if we do something like that. Yep, we can have fireflies invading my house now. I mean, I don't know, maybe this works, but I can't really think of a better solution. These are too thick to use as floors. Also, not exactly sure how much of this open hall I want to have with no, like, second floor above it. I might actually do like a part that crosses over the front there. I'll have like a wall under here, or some kind of divider, and then we'll have this go across. You know, we could put some of those hanging decorations in these corners for the places where we can't actually put like a curved floor. You gonna tell me I'm out of weed stems? All those weed stems down there in the pit, I can see them. Apparently the game can't. And this right here is why I shouldn't have thrown them all underneath. Unfortunately, they don't have collision, even though they have physics, so you can't stack them up and then jump on top of them. Probably because you could use that to cheese your way into a bunch of places in the game if that was the case. Just cut down a bunch of grass and then pile it up. Sounds like something just broke inside. I'm probably gonna have to purge these fireflies. I kind of think this is maybe too big now. I mean, I'd like to have a nice wall back here. Anyway, we're not going to worry about the second floor. I think maybe for the purposes of this video, we might just focus on the first floor, because I'm going to need to drag a bunch of weeds up here, and that's going to be a whole ordeal of its own. Okay, so I guess the way I want to do this is I will have a wall here. I was going to leave it a bit bigger than that, but I think I want to have a wall like that, and then some kind of door arrangement. I haven't decided how we're going to do a door, but do something like that. What if I put one of those arches here now? Is that going to look... Oh, okay, that's just going to be a weird little... Yeah, no, that's not going to work. What if I do it like this? that look better? I don't know if I want to have it kind of like the back wall here is curving around the stairs. I do want to have a wall in here as well. Like that. Maybe like this, and then like this. It does leave it kind of more open if we do all the crafting stuff back here, but maybe that's preferable. Another wall over here. Okay. Nope. You can turn snapping off, but I would forget to turn it back on afterwards, so I'm just going to leave it and struggle with it when it doesn't quite line up with where I want it to go. I can probably just put a real wall in here now. I don't know if getting rid of this will cause it to collapse. I don't think so, because I have the other one. But yeah, put this like this. Don't need this one. Or do I? Do want to have one of these like here, so that you can't just see through the stairs. Can I put one here, or is that going to block? I think that's going to block the stairs. Let me see. No, actually. That does work. Because yeah, I prefer to have it just like kind of dark under the stairs without being able to see through them. I don't know, I might have to do, again, some visual trickery in here to get this to look right. But we might actually have to make this into a second video, because I didn't realize just how long it would take just to get to this point, and we still got so far to go. I didn't perhaps correctly estimate the amount of time this project will take. Of course, I could also take a break from this, continue, you know, the proper episodes, and then come back to this after doing another episode, because I am excited to do another episode, like I said. I do want to get back to the adventuring part, but I don't want to rush this part either, so it might be better to keep a balance rather than trying to do all of this in one go before doing another regular episode. Especially with how slow I can be with editing sometimes. I don't want to delay the entire LP because I'm like, oh, but I gotta do another renovating video. So, I don't know how much further we should go here. I don't know how long we've been recording. I think about an hour, if I remember what time I started at correctly. Also, I don't want to entomb any of my fucking chests. Make the cask of Amontillado of storage. Does that look better? If I do it like that and then do another one like here. No, because again, we don't have a floor equivalent to a wall, so there's just going to be a weird gap there. Hold on a sec. Okay. So we do that. Also, I'm probably going to have to break this up anyway, just so I can make more bricks, because we are burning through bricks very quickly. I did not correctly estimate how many bricks this whole project would take. I might have to make another oven before the next time so that we can continue our brick project. But I think this is starting to come along. You know, you can see kind of the bones of what I want to do with this. I don't know exactly where I want to put the storage room. Because I feel like maybe having one side crafting and one side for like other crafting might be a good idea. I wish I could make a round frame for this, but As we saw, there isn't really a small practical way to do that. Kind of like a, like an empty door frame would be nice, but the door is just part of the door structure. Alright, well, I think I like this layout. Maybe. Put these up here. These are way too big. I need like a very small version of this. I could extend the doors so that they're not so short by doing a half wall instead of a full wall. Because they do look a little stumpy, maybe? These corners are good, though, for putting, like, armor sets or decorations of some kind. So I do want to keep in mind to leave room for that stuff. But, like, these are all going outside, so I don't need to keep space for them. I think we'll have enough room. I don't know. Still figuring it out. Do I want to keep this? Because this is actually a good nook for storage as well. I mean, I don't necessarily need this wall right here. Get rid of this. Put one of these here. Yeah, I think that's a cleaner way to use the space than having weird little dungeon corners. I mean, it is still a survival game. We're not exactly building like a grand palace here with, luxury materials. We are just using fucking misshapen bricks, so they're not going to look perfect. I can't be too much of a perfectionist for this survival game junk castle, you know? Okay, so we decided we weren't going to do that, but we were going to do this. Right? Maybe I'll do a wall here as well. Because I like the way it kind of wraps around without just being a big open space. So that way it's like, oh, you take a right here, you go out to this stuff, you take a left there, you go out to this stuff, and then we can put more stuff in these corners. I do need to build a lot more light, though. It is going to take way more lighting than I used for my grass shack to really make this place pop. But, I think if I lined this might be a good place to put all the armor. Is like right in here, because I was going to say, it looks very barren right now. But I think with decoration, it might look better. Also, maybe it might be worth moving the door here so that you can see the back door from the front door instead of it kind of being offset. Because we have to put something there that is immediately visible when you come in. Maybe just like a big bug. I don't know. I'm getting pulled in so many directions and we're not even leaving the house. Like, when we're normally playing this, I'm always like, oh, what's that? Oh, let's go check that out. Also, this does not look great. It does kind of form a natural railing, but I think if I put a railing on top, it'll flatten down. Usually when you build on top of these walls, it takes away the kind of rough edges. Yeah, see? So we can put acorn fences all around the top here. These ones, the facing actually does matter, and I always put them in the wrong facing the first time, because I cannot tell which way is out. That way. Nope. That way. Nope. Did it again. Whatever, I think it's just going to use the ones that are on the ground. Okay, that time it has to be right. There we go. And you can also even do banisters. They're very, very crusty looking, but, you know. Actually, do they just not want to line up? I think these are meant for the other stairs. Yeah, these are just going to fucking float. All right, so much for safety. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And also to not blow up my jerky racks. Fuck. Right between his legs. Come on. Yeah, get out of here, you fucking home invader. I think you can impale yourself like that. All right. Grab some food, grab some water. I think we're actually going to wrap up shortly.
Don't even need to boil it.
I know we haven't really figured everything out yet, but there is a lot to figure out. So yeah, our patio back here is going to be made out of this stuff, and it's just kind of going to extend out. I'm going to need some supports for it, because it's going to be kind of weird and floating until I do. But I think I prefer that to having weird stairs. In fact, can I throw some pillars on here right away? Just like, you know, kind of... Yeah. Kind of sticking into the floor. I generally hate when I'm building like a base to have them extend without proper support, even if the game doesn't necessarily require that kind of support. So I usually build pillars or whatever when I'm sticking something out that far. Even in Subnautica, where you're underwater, I didn't like having base parts that hang out too far without some kind of theoretical support for them. Okay. So I'm thinking this side is going to be where all our storage is. Unfortunately, there's no like mushroom shelves we can use. You can see there's a stem half floor that you can use as a shelf, but there's no mushroom bits for equivalent. I kind of wonder if there's any mods that add just like missing building parts for some of the tiers, because I would like to have like matching floors, you know? I mean, I guess typically a castle wouldn't have a floor made out of castle bricks, right? So it does make sense for the floor to be more like packed rocks, but I don't know. I'd at least like them to be a little lighter, I guess. Okay, what are we going to do next? How's this looking for out here? Well, the front doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously it's not done, but I can see how that middle bit will look nice. Maybe we'll make that... We'll make a little tower that sticks out a little farther with this. You know, make a nice little circular roof. I think that'll look nice. This stuff has to go, though. We don't need these, like, side foundations. We probably... Oh, God. We fall into the... Actually, for some reason, being in the middle of all these does not affect the frame rate. I think if I threw another one at them, it would, because then they'd all have to calculate where they're going to jiggle to. Oh, God. But I think right now, while they're all stationary, shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, see? That tanked the frame rate for a second. Oh, well, there is also the problem of that, but... I don't know. I might round these out, like I said, with ramps. It's like, I don't know, here. Just so it doesn't so abruptly connect. This is not even lined up. Why is there a weird little gap right here where I just didn't fucking place it right because I'm dumb? That's the answer why it didn't line up. Are any of these actually connected? I think this one is. But I think I connected them to the wrong thing. To the foundation underneath. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, this one's not right either. They're attaching to the clay foundation, which is not quite aligned with the other one. I gotta make sure that this is flush up against it. Oh, I'm out of pebbles. Well, I'm out of nearby pebbles. I might just, like, make this all into a bridge instead of this little tiny bridge. Wow, these clay foundations do not line up. I'm gonna have to break those and just put, you know, proper foundations here. I don't like things to be too crooked, even if I'm not a great builder. I was considering putting a curved wall here, but that'll just leave a really weird, like, corner back here, won't it?
Taking a look.
Yeah, that is like, I don't know. I could say that's too extreme, but if we stack it up, it might not be. Well, the other wall's in the way. No, that's going to create the same problem with our upper floor, I think. Well, actually no, because we can just build over that. Because it's not going to extend the wall up there. So we can just have a floor like this. Do I like that better? I kind of like that better, but I feel like it's going to look kind of weird with two of them here. But it is a little cleaner. I mean, I can't resist the curve. Got me a thing for curves. And angles. Kind of looks nice from back here, I think, where both of them are like peeling away gently rather than abruptly terminating at a corner. I think it'll look better once we have an actual ceiling.
Nice and clean.
Okay, so like I said, I think this over here is going to be our crafting zone. We are going to have to move things around a little bit to make these chests extend. I might, honestly, if I can find it, I might just download a mod that makes the chest inventory range a little wider, just for layout purposes, so I don't actually have to jam everything really close together and not effectively use the space. Because I can't really see any case where this stuff is going to be like overpowered to be able to craft from farther away. Like, yeah, if you had like infinite range and you could just craft from any chest you've ever built, that would be one thing, but being like, what, 30 feet instead of 20 feet? I can't see how that would be a problem, and why you can't maybe like customize that. So yeah, all this crap is going to go over here. I might actually make all the automation stuff over here and make it super inconvenient for me to have to come over here. The thing is, there isn't actually that many crafting stations, so I might not be able to rooms worth of crafting. Because, like, looking at this, I don't know how I'm going to fill this up with just, like, chests and crafting stuff. This might actually be bigger than I thought for my purposes. But, I mean, if we do everything over here, do all the practical stuff over here, including the automation stuff, we could probably do just all, like, decorative stuff over here. Something worth considering. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap up here, and before I do episode 17, or 18, I'm going to, like, finish just the floor and some of the wall, just so we don't have to do all that, and we can focus on actually kind of filling this stuff out when we do the next one of these episodes, one of these bonus episodes. I really wasn't expecting to do more than one. I thought we'd kind of, like, get most of this done in one, but I did not realize the
Taking a look.
degree of the task I put before myself. Alright, let's at least finish this part. And again, we're going to have to collect some raw science so that we can buy the roof parts, because I don't have the recipe apparently for that. I thought I did buy it, but I guess not. Have these two windows to be like a weird house eyeballs. So yeah, we do that, and then I think we'll do just a little bit above where the roof is going to be. Maybe like 2. And then we'll have a nice, like, circular roof, because I know there is a circular roof piece that looks pretty good for capping a tower. You know, I was going to say it might be cool to put a turret up there, so that if we ever do come under attack, we might have a better view. Something to consider, at least. But yeah, that's going to be our little tower room. I might even just, do this, because that's going to go above where the roof is. I don't know why that is location obstructed. Like, you have to be pretty far away from some of these before they'll let you build them. I think I like how that looks, though. Or how that theoretically looks. I guess let's take a look ourselves from the front. Yeah, I might want to put, like, I don't know, signs or something on the outside, because it is going to be a lot of just, like, flat wall with nothing on it. But I think I'm starting to like where this is going, so I might actually stick with it. Anyhow, thank you folks who wanted to just kind of hang around and chill as I did this. And I'll have more of these building episodes for you in the future, it seems, because when we do the next proper episode, it is just going to be this fucking half-built construction. So, thanks for joining me. I'll see you folks around, and thank you for watching the LP. Take care, y'all.